when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B and that B stand for bands. If you wanna see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low with this swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game. I be parking my frame, gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you won't feel my pain.
So just to preface this video, the idea behind the video is to rate all of my friendships. This video is not aimed at any one person. It's aimed at every single person I have been or are currently friends with. If anybody doesn't like the things said in this video, that's your problem. This is my channel. I will post what I like. If anybody has a problem with my content, you don't have to watch it. Yeah, so I'm filming on my phone. I'm filming on my phone, and it's going to be easier for the exporting process. Let me see if I can actually get something to put this on. Okay, I think this is better. I'm going to stick with this. I'll just lean back a little bit. Okay, you can see the wall, but oh, fuck it. I'll sit like this. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to be rating my friendships. I've actually filmed this video like 3-4 times, and each time that I film it, I don't upload it because I'm so worried about what other people are going to think about me saying what I have to say in this video. So I'm just going to preface this video with saying that nothing I'm saying in this video is intended to offend. It's simply intended to inform the people that I am friends with and have been friends with in the past. Most of my friendships are failed for a reason. You know, we come to this world to learn. You know, I'm of the belief that we choose the incarnation we're going to have. We choose the parents we're going to be born to, the gender we're going to be, the experiences we're going to have, the kind of body we're going to have, the kind of people we're going to meet. And everyone comes into our lives to teach us something. And all the people that are no longer in my lives, they've taught me the lesson they need to teach me. And that's why they're no longer in my life. Okay, so the first friendship, I'm going to try and get through this as quick as possible, because one reason it took me so long to upload this video in the first place is because I was just talking and talking and talking. I'm not getting to the point. So let's get to the point in this video. First point, the first friend, this was a childhood friend when I was about 4 or 5 years old and used to live in a different place from my main childhood home. I'll give her about a 9 out of 10. Her name was Sasha. I doubt she will ever see this. I'm going to use her real name. Sasha. So yeah, she would always wear her mum's high heels. She had not strawberry blonde. She had like blonde hair with like a little bit of brown. She used to wear her mum's lipstick and her mum's heels, and she used to knock for me, and it was, yeah. But we never kept in touch. We never kept each other's like home phone numbers, because like back in the day before I was ever allowed a phone, I used to ring my friends on their home phone and speak to them. And unfortunately, it was usually me ringing them first because they wouldn't bother to ring me first. So that's nice. Should I change the angle? Let me just move it a bit more. That is the first friendship. I'm going to rate her 9 out of 10 because she never stayed in touch with me. Second friendship, this was on my first day of my primary school. I joined this primary school in year 1. My first day of this primary school, a woman, yeah, you're a woman at 6 years old. A girl came up to me and she was like, oh, do you want to play with me? The bell went and she was like, okay, I'll play with you at lunchtime. I'll give that friendship about a 7 out of 10. She loses 1 point because it's like she became friends with me just to have someone to hang around with. And then the second reason, so it's kind of, I felt used. I felt like she was using me. Second reason is she wasn't like a loyal friend, I don't feel. Third reason, she never made an effort to keep in touch after school. Obviously, I wasn't that important to her by the time we got to year 6. Third friend, this is a wonderful person. He is very musically intelligent. He's into dance. If you're watching, hello, Harry. I would give this friendship a... you know, this is someone that, like, when I first met them, I was 5 or 6 years old, had a crush on them before I knew I was a lesbian, and I bullied them because I didn't know how to show my feelings in any other way at the age of 5, 6 years old. So one day they stood up to me and I was like, wait, is there something? I feel like there's something over my camera. So this friend, I'm going to give the friendship about a 8 out of 10. It loses 1 point because I know this person has their own struggles with mental health, and they're very open about this, which is why I'm saying this, because it's not private information. This person is very public with their mental health. So their mental health caused... I don't feel like it was the cause, but it was one contributing factor as to why the friendship was not maintained. because my view of a friendship is very different from other people's. I view a friendship like a plant. It's something that needs to be nurtured, it needs to be watered, you need to give it attention, otherwise it will die. That's how I view friendships, and this person was not very consistent in that sense. I often would have to contact them first, call them first, text them first. When I did, a lot of the time my message would just be read and not replied to. So the second, what did I give? 8 out of 10? Second point, okay, so 1 point I guess is because of a lack of consistency. The second point, so that's the first point. Second point is probably a lack of effort, which I guess that's kind of 1. So I guess 9 out of 10 for this friendship. This is a pretty cool, amazing person, but okay, I guess 8 out of 10. So the second point can be, I've always felt with this person that there is a particular reason why they don't want to have a consistent friendship with me, because I would see them hanging out with other people, but then not me. When they would say they're busy or they have a lot going on, but then I'd see them with another friend and not me. So it kind of felt like, what's wrong with me? So yeah, that's a hard discussion to have with somebody without and to be prepared for the answer as well. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for that one. Next friendship, this was a girl that, I'm not going to say her name, I'm just going to say she's of a Vietnamese background. Her mother was just so kick-ass and, she's still alive, is really kick-ass and just in shape and just amazing. She has a cute little sister, she's not so little anymore, and yeah, she was nice, I think I sat with her on her first day of school and she had like an egg mayo sandwich or something, or like egg and cress sandwich, and I remember her breath smelling of eggs or something. Yeah, she's nice. I'll give the friendship maybe, let me see, so 1 point is going to be lost for not texting back, another point is going to be lost for reading messages and not replying, another message is going to be another point is going to be lost because of a lack of consistency. Are you noticing a pattern, guys? Because I am. So 7 out of 10 for this friend. Next friendship is it was a very significant childhood friendship. I feel like it was isn't significant anymore, but I'm not going to say this person's real name because doing that in the past has, or an attempt at intimidating me was made to take my videos down, so I'm not going to use their real name. Let me call them Aquamarine, because there's a gem that has a similar appearance to Aquamarine that sounds like their name, so let's just call them Aquamarine, so Aqua for short. So Aqua's place became a place I would go to. I thought there was a person here, and it's my sleeve right there. Aqua's place became a place that I would go to after school. Our mums knew each other and got along, and this was like a friend that was wacky and crazy and silly like me. I feel like I was a bit sillier. Friendship was formed and we would have the occasional sleepover and everything, and so I'm going to rate this friendship, and this is the reason I've had to take down videos in the past, which I won't be doing that again. That won't be happening again, but I'm just saying, none of my other videos are coming down. I'm not doing that shit again, because all the videos I've had to take down in the past are the ones that are getting the most views. Nah, have you seen how dead my channel is? I need views. This friendship I'm gonna give a 7 out of 10. 1 point because this person is the reason I've had to take down videos in the past. Second point is lost because of, like I said, lack of consistency in this friendship as well, like all the other friendships, most of them. Okay, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Next friendship is going to be someone that I was friends with for 8-9 years, and we were very, very close. I go to their house, they come to my house, sleepovers here, sleepovers there. Her dad met my mum, and mum spoke to my mum on the phone, and she met my dad and everything, and so on. So yeah, so basically, this girl, she was the one that started the sweet selling trend when I was in school. No one actually knows this, but she started the sweet selling trend when I was in school. Not the boys, they started it afterwards. She started it first, and she had like a big bucket of that big bucket of sweets with like the fizzes, the Parma violets, all of it, the whole lot. The Chubba Chubs, I'll put pictures on the screen. Those sweets, that kind of sweets. So yeah, she would sell those like 20p, 10p, 5p, 30p, 50p a pound, depending on the size, drinks, cakes, or and then the boys started to copy her after that. But anyway, so I guess she's a trendsetter really. I always remember her for being a Taurus Gemini cusp, because she was birthday is the 17th of May. That's her birthday. I'll always remember that because my birthday is on the 17th, but not in May, in November. That friendship, I mean, you know, she was nice. Sometimes she would be considerate, you know, but I'm going to minus a lot of points. One point is minus because it felt like this person was just using me as a friend for when their other friends weren't available. Another point because I would go around to this person's place and they'd be on the phone to other people whilst I'm there, which is, to me, that's very disrespectful. I've come to spend time with you, you're on the phone with other people whilst I'm there and you're not trying to hurry and get them off of the phone or tell them that you're busy. That's rude. That's 2 points gone. Third point gone because this person wouldn't tell me things that were I considered to be like vital to improving the friendship. This person didn't have Wi-Fi for like years, right, when they were, you know, living with their dad, and then all of a sudden they got Wi-Fi and they didn't tell me for like a month when I could have been Skyping and FaceTiming this person. So, and this is someone I think I still think about to this day. I don't know if they think about me, but I still think about this person to this day. She was crazy, she was unique, she was silly, she was quirky like me. That's why we merged so well. I attract a lot of Taurians. Her sister was also a Taurus, and she was her sister was a lot calmer, a lot less argumentative, a lot less aggressive, you know, a lot nicer in her character and just more kind of pleasant to be around. There was one time I was waiting for her at Barking Station. Her dad decided that he was going to take the long way to dropping her off, and I had to wait in the rain for 2.5 hours when my nan at the time was living 10 minutes away from where I was waiting, and I could have easily walked back to my nan's place, but she said, no, we're coming soon, we're coming soon. So I had to wait in the rain for her for 2.5 hours. That is disgusting. To make your friends wait that long for you, that's disgusting. So yeah, that is, I think that's like 4 points, 6 out of 10. If I'm wrong, I'll just put whatever it is on the screen. Next friendship is going to be my best friend, Elizabeth. This friendship, I'm going to give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10. It's like the best friendship I've ever had in my life. This is the one person in my life that has always been consistent, that always they text me first. I text them first a lot, but they also, it's equal, you know. They text me, they don't really call me, but you know, we do voice notes for like half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour. No one else in my life gives me that level of effort. That's impressive. You know, especially for my generation, they want to all,
oh, can you keep voice notes under a minute, please?
I've had two different people tell me to keep my voice notes under a minute when I do like 3-4 minute voice notes. A 3-4 minute voice note isn't long. It's not. I'm sorry. If you think it's long, you have a shitty attention span and you need to fix it. You need to fix it. Yeah, so I would say this friendship, the only thing I don't like about my best friend is probably the fact that like she can see that I'm right about something sometimes, and she'll still go and do the wrong thing and then like complain about it afterwards when she knows that I'm right about certain things but isn't willing to admit it, or like she has to see things for herself rather than taking my advice, which is kind of like me trying to warn her about things. It's like it's thrown back in my face. This isn't the intention of my best friend, but this is like how it can come across sometimes. So yeah, so that is the first point. I guess I'm gonna minus. Yeah, I guess it's just stubbornness really, and just not listening. So I'll say it's like 9 out of 10. It's the highest rating of a friendship. You know, she gets my weirdness. She can be awkward at times because of her upbringing, but she gets my weirdness and my silliness and my uniqueness, and she's the same in a slightly different way. And you know, we both have like really dirty minds. We both laugh over silly little things, and we're always giggling. And you know, I have a Skype call with her every week, almost. These days it's every 2 to 3 weeks. That will be changing soon. Soon we won't be Skyping because we'll have something better than Skype to enjoy each other's time. No more on that. Yeah, this is someone that is consistent in my life, which all the other friendships lack. Someone that puts in just as much effort as I put in. Someone that is a good listener. Someone that is relaxing to be around. Someone that gives good advice. Someone that is understanding. Someone that is very, 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 very patient. I need someone that's patient, to stick around, to wait for me, to learn to trust them. What else? Yeah, I think that's it really. Yeah. So the next friend, what other friends have I had? Yeah. Next significant friendship. I'm going to call this person S. Her name begins with an S, so I'll call her S. I met through her sister. which I used to hang out with, and S actually finished secondary school at the time that I was starting secondary school. So we have like 5-6 years age difference, which is fine, I don't care. I remember the first day that I hung out with S, she was like, oh, you probably think I'm weird because you're 6 years younger than me and I'm messaging you to hang out. And I thought, nah, you're not weird, that's fine. And you know, she liked rock music like me, and she liked, you know, different sort of music that other people didn't like. And you know, yeah, you know, she liked going to the pub. She was into paranormal stuff and conspiracies and ghosts, and she would have paranormal experiences and would meet up, and I'd tell her about my paranormal experiences and what had happened, and it was so nice hanging around with her. But slowly I noticed that like she would always interrupt me when I'm talking. She would never let me get to the end of what I'm saying. At the moment my mouth is opening, she would start speaking, and every time I would try and restart the sentence again, she's talking over me again. So just extreme disrespect constantly. This person would laugh when I get pissed off. That's not something you do, not to me anyway. That's 2 points gone. The third point is this person was selfish, especially after they had their second child, because I noticed that this person wanted to basically only go pub, club, cinema, restaurant, and it was especially pub, cinema, pub, cinema, pub, cinema, pub, cinema, or it was like pub, restaurant, or restaurant, cinema. I don't think that's a good mix. You eat in the cinema anyway. So this, you know, I'd always say to this person, she'd say, oh yeah, let's meet up, we're going to meet at Romford Station, we're going to do this. I'd say, right, can we go to central London? And she would go, oh, it's too expensive. And I say, well, I can pay for you. And she's like, oh, I'll just wait until I have money. I understand that probably goes into the whole feeling guilty for other people paying for you and everything, but it wasn't a problem for me. You know, I've had a consistently stable source of income since, you know, around this time last year. I've been in a stable career. You know, I think around May or June. I think it's June last year. No, sorry, since June 2021. I've been in a stable career, even though I've changed jobs. I've always had a stable source of income since then. So it wasn't a problem. You know, and I think in 2021, I think January 2022 is when I ended the friendship, because, you know, she was just inconsiderate as fuck, you know. Always wanted to go to the places I did for 6 years. I did what she wanted to do: cinema, pub, club, restaurant. And for 6 years, we never really did what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to central London. I think out of the 6 years, only one time did she go, yeah, okay, let's do something different. And then with that, we only went to Stratford, you know, once. This person was just, you know, they were not willing to do anything I wanted to do, even if I offered to pay, even if it was cheap. And then the thing is, this person would go with their friend down to Southend, and they wouldn't even want to come to central London with me, which is closer than Southend. The logic isn't, the logic isn't logicking. Make it make sense. So that is that friendship gone. Had to cut that person off. Next friendship, I guess you could say, next significant friendship where I actually hung out with the person outside of work, or actually spent time with the person. This person, let's call her Script, because one of her usernames on TikTok has the word scripts in it, so I'm going to call her Script. So originally I found her through TikTok. I realised that she lived not too far from me, messaged her. I commented on her thing. She messaged me and said, oh, did you want to hang out? You know, did you want to meet up? I'm like, okay, well, we can do that, but I don't want it to be a one-time thing. I want us to actually be friends. So like, unless you're in it for the long haul, I'm not interested. I told her that from day dot. So anyway, we met up, hung out. First time that I met her, she didn't seem shy or nervous or anything at all. That should have been like a immediate like warning sign, like something's up with this person. Like, she wasn't nervous to meet me at all. If she was hiding it very well. This person was a Libra. They definitely had the Libra energy. I tried to compliment them on this, but they took it as me trying to nitpick at their personality and their little mannerisms, because I called this person a sexy librarian, because she was very elegant and very graceful in her movements, and when she would walk, it had a certain pizzazz to it, and it was very lovely. It was very attractive. It was very boisterous. It was like her confidence was just seeping out, and it was beautiful to watch. And I tried to compliment her on that by calling her a sexy librarian, but she took offense to it, because she viewed it as me like kind of nitpicking at her personality, and she didn't like it. So that friendship, she loses 1 point, because I often had to ask to come round to see her. If I didn't ask, we wouldn't hang out. So 1 point for that. I think she asked me to hang out with her like once. That's about it. But yeah, other than that, I always had to ask. Second point. Whenever I would message her, it would always be one word answers all the time, and it felt like I was the one putting in. I was giving her 80% and getting back 20. You know, it should be 50-50. And yeah, she didn't give me that extra 30%. And you know, I'd always be messaging her first and reaching out to her. And it was only like once in a blue moon she would drop me a text first. So I think I first became friends with this person in October of 2021. Yeah, because I was working at Showcase Cinema. Yeah. So October 2021. I was met this person for the first time. She was worried because we met up and we were going to go to the cinema, and she was worried that I wouldn't like horror films, and I was worried she wouldn't like horror films, but it turned out we both did. We watched Candyman and another film that was out at the same time. We watched it within the same night. Like, we had a movie marathon. We went to see one film and then we went straight to the other screen to see the other film. Well, I think one film was on at like 9 or 8, and then the other film was on at like midnight. So we just saw both films, and during the middle of one film, we just went and sat out, you know, outside, and we just went and chilled. It was in Stratford, so lots of things to do. Yeah, this was just a very cool person in terms of her temperament, but the effort wasn't there. So one word answers, dry texting, just very plain, bland responses, cut and dry all the time. Always had to ask to come round, and always had to basically initiate contact. So she loses 3.7 out of 10. We ended things, I guess, on good terms. So I mean, you know, that's why I'm not deducting more points.